Welcome back to Art Appreciation. This is chapter 4, deals with drawing. This is part 2 of that. Next, we have pen and ink. A lot of writing has been done with pens. Pen is an instrument for writing or drawing with ink, typically consisting of metal nib or ball or nylon tip fitted into a metal or plastic holder. Ink is a liquid or paste that contains pigments or dyes and is used in writing or drawing. We do have the quill, a pen made from bird feathers. Most commonly was the goose. Of course, this would have been used several hundreds of years ago. Cross-hatching is a method of drawing technique used to make forms appear more three-dimensional. A series of parallel lines cross in a net-like fashion, describing the contours of a surface. Here are examples of some geometric forms that are illustrated as masses by the use of cross-hatching. Next we have pen and ink. The dip pen, a manuscript pen or a calligraphy pen. And you see examples right here. We also have the ballpoint pen. It was invented in 1888 by John Loud. And markers. A felt tip pen with a broad tip, and there are many different colors and sizes. In the East, writing was done with brushes. We have the bamboo brush and a pad here of sumi ink, mainly soot and animal glue, usually water soluble. It can come in a cake form, and then water can be added to it. Calligraphy was invented in China in the 7th century. It literally stands for beautiful writing. It can take, for some, a lifetime to master calligraphy. In the East, writing was done with brushes, and we have here some Islamic calligraphy tools. A wash. A wash is a division between drawing and painting. In the East, it is called brush painting. A wash is diluted ink applied with a brush to add tonal values to a drawing. Here we have some works from the sketchbooks books of Leonardo da Vinci. And here we have the Pietà, the marble statue done by Michelangelo. He did it when he was quite young, in his early 20s. And when he finally unveiled this to the public, many people said that Michelangelo was far too young to have completed a sculpture that is so complex. This upset Michelangelo, and he went back and carved into the marble stand of the statue Michelangelo in very large letters to say, yes, I indeed did paint this. Michelangelo was foremost a sculptor more than a painter or working with any other medium. A lot of people find this hard to understand when they see the Sistine Chapel and what he had done there with the frescoes, but he did that because he was asked by the Pope to do that, and at the time, if the Pope asked you to do something, you did it. But his first love and something he was more talented at than the 2D artwork was sculpture. This Pietà was a common subject matter during the Renaissance, although it never appears in any of the scriptures. It is that Christ is taken down from the cross and laid into Mary's arms. If you'll notice in this sculpture, proportionally, Mary is bigger than Jesus is, and that is to allude that he is the child of Mary's. The the way he sculpted these different textures, and yet to think that it was made out of one solid piece of marble, is actually incredible. If you look at the hand that's up underneath the right arm and armpit of Christ, and you see the fingers of Mary that are pushing into the dead flesh of Christ, it's absolutely amazing to think that this can be done in a solid piece of stone. The composition droops downwards with the body of Christ, and then is followed by several drooping patterns made out of the clothing that Mary is wearing. So it gives us that definitely sad feeling as everything droops to the ground. Contemporary approaches to drawing, mixed media, or to draw in a new and interesting way. And this is the work of Carol Walker, the newest series of works that she's been doing anyway. And Carol Walker is Southern. She moved from California to Stone Mountain, Georgia, Atlanta area. And I believe her father was an art professor locally in Atlanta. Here she exposes her postmodern aesthetic. She's poking fun at the differences in stereotypes existing in the Civil War era in the South between the cultured white dwellers of the slave plantation compared to the disdain with which the African Americans and slaves were looked at, and different stereotypes that possessed both groups of people. There is a slight bit of dark humor in Carol Walker's works, certainly disturbing. And that will do it for chapter 4. Thank you very much.